What is up, everybody? TurboVerse TV here today. I've been recommended to watch this video from DualShockers. Apparently, this video has been getting a lot of traction too because my last video I did about how the channel Watch Mojo plays did this crazy fanboy take on how PS5 is somehow just destroying the Xbox Series X. I guess people it's a similar video as well by another big YouTube channel. Not as big. They have 22,000 subscribers, so it's not nearly as big as Watch Mojo Plays, but it's still a big channel nonetheless. And it's like the title is why Bethesda games may not be exclusive, may not be Xbox exclusive forever. So I guess they're going on the stance that these games are not going to be exclusive, but they're going to be on multi-platform, which is highly unlikely. I think the ones that like have the agreements, like the contractual agreements, like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, those might be multi-plats because of the deal they had already. But the other ones, like Fallout 6 or Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6, I think those are gonna be exclusive. I'm pretty more than likely those are gonna be exclusive, and Starfield exclusive. So yeah, let's get into the video. You can already see us 46 likes and 3.3k dislikes. That's a huge dislike ratio to like ratio. So yeah, let's get into the video. This should be great.
The Bethesda Microsoft sale has been finalized, and PlayStation gamers everywhere are mourning the fact that, apparently, future Bethesda games will be Xbox Game Pass exclusive. This is bad news if you're one of the 8 people on planet Earth who successfully camped out outside a GameStop for 2 weeks to get a PlayStation 5 with the sole intent of playing Starfield. This really isn't your year. Except, while the gaming press as a whole has been quick to report on comments from head of Xbox Phil Spencer about Bethesda's future exclusivity, things aren't really that simple. Not all Bethesda games will be locked onto Xbox platforms for the rest of eternity. Ultimately, it's complicated. Spencer's actual quote was,
So obviously I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive, because we know that's not true.
So far so good. So which games are exclusive and which aren't?
There's contractual obligations that we're going to see through, as we always do in every one of these instances. We have games that exist on other platforms, and we're going to go support those games on the platforms they're on. There's communities of players, we love those communities, and we'll continue to invest in them. And even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms.
You'll learn a few more interesting things. I don't blame anyone for passing on this wonderful opportunity, because at around the 30-minute mark they start discussing which of their favourite business
Are you gonna get to the point, guy?
Bethesda releases on PlayStation 5 are going to dry up. I do feel bad for Todd Howard. I know he's not the most popular guy in gaming because he has the gall of trying to over-promote his games, but this presentation, well, it might just be me, but I think I can see the absolute fear in his eyes. He knows he's going to get the blame for this. He knows that when
Blame for what? Like, what is this a bad thing about? Like, why is this a bad thing? They're joining Microsoft.
Memes of Todd Howard releasing Skyrim on a toaster so that he can use it to burn all the PS5 copies of Bethesda games.
What is he talking
Here's
about?
the thing that Phil Spencer isn't mentioning about console exclusives. They have a relative.
Man, people want me to watch this video. I'm not impressed so far. Like, this takes forever to just get to the point. This is a 7-minute long video, but I can barely stomach listening to like a little bit of this. I was like, this is hard to even listen to.
Games age quickly.
Like, get to
In a
the
few
point
years,
already.
Indeed, even a few months after a game's initial release, its value to the company drops dramatically. This is why we've been seeing many games companies, Microsoft included, bringing their games to other platforms after a few years on the market. Their value as system sellers decreases, and it makes more sense.
Yeah, no brainer. It's like when games come out, be out for a long time, their value drops. It's like this is not rocket science. It's like okay, and that's why it's a good thing all these games are going to Game Pass. It's like why is this a? I'm gonna get mad at y'all who recommended me to watch this video. Like I don't get the like this guy's taking forever to get to the point. It's just. I'm gonna continue with the video though.
To release them to a wider audience. I think my favourite example of this is Cuphead, made by Studio MDHR. This game was never going to be a system seller. So even though Microsoft had the developers under an ironclad exclusivity contract, given time they were willing to let Studio MDHR bring Cuphead first to Switch and then to PlayStation. It just made sense. This cuts both ways. After selling more than a few PlayStation 4s at launch in 2017, Horizon Zero Dawn eventually came to PC last year. Ditto Death Stranding, a game which Sony helped to fund, but which was eventually
they're going
brought
to
to Steam
PC,
because
and
it's genuinely better. Build will no longer be the newest, hottest, freshest addition to Xbox Games Pass, and Microsoft will look at other ways to make money from the game, such as releasing it on other console platforms. It just makes sense. And that might not be all. It does feel like the Xbox console itself doesn't quite mesh with Microsoft's business plan here. After all, the company has made no secret of the fact that they want to be the Netflix of games. We know this because Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella once said of their plans, we describe it as shorthand Netflix for games.
Okay, so is there a theory from which this is going to be on PlayStation as well too with Game Pass? As like, I, I some would see that theory, but I think they just want to keep it off PlayStation platform. I think they're trying to make the difference with the PC market because they got the whole PC Xbox pretty much partnership or like family or whatever. So I can see the games just being on those two platforms and them making a difference with the PC fan base. I think it's pretty much just important just to keep it off the PlayStation. I think that's what they're mainly just trying to do to get those either PlayStation players to buy it on PC or Xbox. I think they're trying to just do that. But yeah, this video, man, he's taking forever just to get to one point. Looks like we get it. Like, something like what, like 2 more minutes left. Let's
to
go.
buy Starfield one time on any console, and you'll sell them the game once for $60, plus DLC or what have you at a later point down the line. But to get them to subscribe to Xbox Games Pass, and they'll pay you $15 a month every month until they die. That's a lot of money to squeeze out of your customer base. Frankly, it would not surprise me if, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but eventually...
Who the hell is buying Game Pass for just one game? That's stupid. If you're buying Game Pass for one game, you're doing it wrong. Game Pass is pretty much you buy a Game Pass for like over 100 games at once. Have the option to download those games at once. Why are you buying Game Pass just for one game? That's dumb. That's stupid. And then you got the option when you do have Game Pass, if you like a game on Game Pass, you can actually own that. You can actually buy that game outright and they give you a discount. So, yeah, this point he's making doesn't make any sense. But let's continue on.
Eventually, we get some form of Xbox Games Pass. First on Nintendo Switch, and then on PlayStation. That seems to be the direction Microsoft is heading. As with Bethesda's
So he's saying
community
Game Pass is
games,
going to be on
their Fallout
PlayStation.
76s and Elder Scrolls Onlines, the more players you can hook, the more money you can make. And that often means bringing your fancy subscription service to other platforms. The question then, and this is probably the big reason why Microsoft is so hesitant about releasing Bethesda games on PlayStation, is if you can get Xbox Game Pass on a PS5, why own an Xbox? Until the company has figured out that particular little wrinkle, we're unlikely to see Starfield on PlayStation. There was, though, one other interesting thing mentioned in the roundtable discussion, which I think sheds light on Microsoft's plan for Bethesda. It was a blink and you'll miss it moment, very briefly, around the 44-minute mark. Phil Spencer talked about how eager he is to get the Doom developers id Software talking with 343 Industries, the makers of the upcoming Halo Infinite.
And I think about them collaborating and working and talking with the Coalition and 343 and just like the first-person shooter, third-person shooter space that we have. What could that mean in
forever? There's going to be some sharing of stuff, some merging, some restructuring. Bethesda is, over time, going to become integrated into the Microsoft machine to the point that the two are inseparable. Is that a bug or a feature of this buyout? Maybe that's the question I could see in Todd Howard's eyes.
Okay, so to summarize this long 7-minute plus video, he's pretty much saying that these games, so Bethesda joined Microsoft, their games on Game Pass now, so he's saying that Microsoft is going to bring Game Pass to PS5, which there's like no inclination of them doing that so far, so I don't know where he's even getting that at. But he's praying on that to happen. Or if Microsoft is really low on money, which Microsoft probably makes the most money, because Microsoft in general is like one of the biggest companies on earth. But he's saying they're gonna get so desperate they're gonna start putting these exclusives on PlayStation to make more revenue. And they pretty much have the PC audience as well. If you don't have an Xbox, you can buy it on PC. And it's like this fanboy stuff is so annoying. It's like if you are a PlayStation gamer, you want to play Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5, just buy an Xbox or buy a PC. Do either one. Stop joining these different message boards, these different groups, just praising Sony. And stop listening to channels like this who take 7 minutes just to get to a point. It's like, Jesus, that was the one of the most unbearable videos just to even listen to for 7 minutes. I'm like, I will probably never return to this channel ever again. I only came here because people in my last video kept telling me to watch this video. But yeah, I got a manager recommending me this video, but it is what it is. So let's read the comments now. It says denial stage, bargaining. Pretty much. Like they're going through the stages of grief, all this denial, bargaining. Well, that was embarrassing to watch. I couldn't stomach it. I had to skip through some of that. Yikes, delete this. It's embarrassing. Just to see somebody just fantasize about these games coming to PlayStation. You just buy an Xbox. I'm like, Why do all this? Just buy an Xbox and buy a PC. It's like, oh, dude, like, geez, bro. Like, what is with this loyalty? Just only having one console? That's stupid to me. I don't get it. It's like if you really want to play Nintendo games, are you just gonna wait for them to come on PlayStation 2? Like, this is stupid. It's just amazing how we went like generations. People were saying Xbox has no games. Now when Xbox has some games you want, you just fantasize about them coming to PlayStation. But make all these weird theories like Game Pass is gonna come to PlayStation. Microsoft's gonna get desperate because of that big purchase they made come to PlayStation. Like just buy an Xbox already or buy a PC. Like you have those two options. You do one of them. Phew. What a salty video. Just oozes negativity and salty delicious tears. 100% agree with this comment. View the mental gymnastics. The mental gymnastics here. Unsubscribe so dang quick. Instead of reasoning based on what you want, just ask PlayStation for Xbox Game Pass. I get you gotta cater to your audience, but man, this is pretty sad. Still in denial, huh? It's just the sense that they're just in denial is pretty sad. Like Microsoft buying an exclusive don't mean it's gonna be exclusive to their platforms only. Like I don't understand why it's so hard for these people just to buy an Xbox or buy a PC. Like why is it such a big thing? Are they gonna lose their PlayStation credit or something? Their PlayStation console fanboy credit or something? I don't get it. This guy, don't worry, Pony's Xbox and Bethesda games are trash. You're still gonna get the anyway. I hope you don't delete this video when you realize you were wrong. As a if any as a wise man in the Bible once said, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Yeah, he's just getting roasted. These people are just getting roasted in the comment section of their own video. This is sad. Following your logic, I'm eager to play God of War and The Last of Us on my Xbox since there are no more system sellers for PS4. Facts. That's exactly pretty much what he's saying. So this is a good comparison right here. So he's saying because those games are old, he should expect to play those games on Xbox because they're not really making Sony any money now. So this is a stupid argument. DualShockers has not integrity. I guess when say DualShockers has no integrity. They act like PlayStation is the center of the gaming universe. Yeah, people just go way too hard for PlayStation, bro. They act like they can't buy no other console besides a PlayStation. That's just weird. Like I just buy all the consoles because I don't play all their games. I don't pick a side because it's stupid. It's like once you get like an adult, you can pretty much, if you manage your money, you can pretty much buy all these consoles. It doesn't make any sense to limit yourself for what reason. It doesn't make any sense to me. So nobody cares about Bethesda games outside of Xbox, bro. Just look at the sales numbers outside of Xbox. Then I can't tell if he's trolling or being serious because people love Bethesda games, especially like the Fallout and Skyrim games. People love those games, the Elder Scrolls games. DualShockers are in such a stage of denial that they are even afraid of going all in on tinfoil hat route and make a fool out of themselves. Fam, let it go. PlayStation will never see those games again. Y'all PlayStation fanboys been there now. Looks really sad. It's just getting sad at this point. Like, it's just really sad at this point. Inject these salty ponytails directly into my veins. The people are just trolling these people now. They're just trashing them. The salt in this one is so strong he puts the Dead Sea or even Death Valley to shame. These comments are pretty hilarious. These Sony ponies make it really hard for me to enjoy my PS5. It shouldn't be hard. Just enjoy what you're doing. But these, like I said, these fanboys over the last few weeks have been losing their minds. Especially since like Bethesda deal, they had just been losing it. They can't take it. Apparently, they cannot take it. Dude, this is just embarrassing even for the saltiest fanboy. Even since the mass exodus, DualShockers was a shell of its former self. Like, I don't get it. Isn't DualShock is referring to like the PlayStation controller, right? Why are they just posting like positive PlayStation is? Why are you talking about Xbox? It's supposed to be like a PlayStation channel. Why are you just focused on Xbox? Like, it don't make any sense. I am laughing hard. PlayStation gamers better get used to it. Pack it up, Dorothy. There is no Kansas anymore. This is the biggest denial of the century. Bro, this is why I switched to Xbox because people like this. These comments were so funny. Wow. So I will definitely check this video out just to read the comment section. The comment section is hilarious. Yo, this is probably one of the worst takes of gaming I have seen in a while. And like pretty much the people in the comment section show that. And the likes of dislike ratio shows that too. You got completely roasted in your own video, in your own comment section. I'm surprised they didn't like disable comments and disable the likes and the likes and dislikes ratio that usually comes after it gets this much negative backlash for a video. So we'll see. Probably like within the upcoming day, they probably delete the comments. Who knows? But yeah, this video was tough to get through. So I'm gonna leave it as that. Conclude the video right there. I'll definitely want to see your comments about this down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.